Hello guys, doing another VOD analysis, and again, like Jay, we're going to start with this match. This is the match that we got points. Start off with this match, then I'm gonna record another video of the match that we lost and stuff. So this match where teleported high ground, Spider-Man does stuff like that, which is understandable because he's the quickest person on. So we teleport on this side. The reason why I put the portal right here is because we are taking the fight to them. Okay, as pro players do this. A lot of people teleport right here, but since I kind of just went ahead and made the assumption that they would not have a strength, I immediately portal us this. So now Blake is in the correct position. Y'all are in the correct position. So we're doing good right here. And again, correct position on both you, Phoenix, you, Jay, and because I'm the shield, so I immediately engage, okay? And both of y'all two, you're staying on high ground, which is good, and Phoenix is right next behind me, okay? So, off angles on this map is right here, and kind of going that way, but a little bit too far, so off angle right here, platform. So, continuing, right? So, Blake immediately switches over here. He could have actually held this spot with the Wolverine and Spider-Man and stuff because they'll be flanking with Thor more often. So this is a good position with the Wolverine because he is waiting for the tank to come by, right? So that's good, right? The tank comes in and immediately tries to get down, but he missed, okay, which is okay. So now our Spider-Man is immediately trying to get the back on. He gets the back on, so he gets Hawkeye cloak. So he goes away. So now the magic comes in and gets UJ, but we quickly turn around, take it. So that's a good even trade, trying to stop the whole diving and stuff like that. So now guess what? The Magneto is pushing only by himself. And the reason why I say that is because Spider-Man created the diversion to keep them from pushing up with them. So now the Wolverine pounces on Magneto and kills him. So now, even though you died, Jay, we still won this fight. We still claim the still good. So now that Spider-Man is still creating pressure, now this cloak was out of position very, very badly because you do not want to be without your tank, okay? So, look at what the Wolverine does, right? He goes after her. And the reason why he does this is because even though Wolverine is a tank buster, his passive is not gone yet. So he can duel with somebody, okay? So he immediately attacks the cloak and dagger and brings him to us, right? And look what happens. I change my focus from frontlining to immediately doing that, okay? And this is what we should do if either you, Blake, go Wolverine or I go Wolverine, okay? Because we have to capitalize on Wolverine kidnapping, okay? And it registered as my kill because of it, right? So our Spider-Man zips back in. Now, Phoenix, you were stressing about healing him and stuff. The Spider-Man should know when to come back to his team or when to find a health pack, right? And so a health pack is right over here. He already grabbed it earlier. the other health pack on this map all the way over here. So he either had two decisions: come back to his team or grab another one. Okay, and there's a third health pack right there. There's another one right there. Okay, so he could have did a number two of things, right? But don't stress when we're stressing about the Spider-Man not killing and stuff like that. He came back to you, right? And so this is where he was looking for heals. Now, guess what? He goes back to doing his job, right? So now our Wolverine's passive is popped, right? And so now Blake is brawling, right? Blake is brawling. He backs up stuff, which is a good thing because in Awakening, he could still keep up pressure while also backing off. So I'm maintaining this off angle while Blake had that off angle. Okay, so we're attacking technically on two fronts. Okay? So the magic didn't dive. Blake goes in, tries and brawls and stuff, was unsuccessful. I'm still frontlining, right? This is where they try and come around. This is where Blake did a good thing. Okay, so now you're keeping the magic from diving and then from pushing up. And then I immediately switch positions with Blake and stuff in the front line. So he pushes them back. We get another kidnap, right? So I change my vision to magic, okay? But magic escapes. That's fine, okay? Now we're still fighting, okay? Mind you, Brain's passive is still off, okay? So he can't really brawl much, which is why protecting Wolverine at most of the time is crucial, okay? So we're brawling right here, right? So their cloak immediately went out of position again. So now they have no support. They only have one support. Okay. So at this point we can push because one support is down. Okay. So we do that, but okay, so Blake does live. Okay. We do that, right? I'm pushing. Our Spider-Man dies on the side over here by magic. So Blake immediately switches from this angle to that angle. Okay, and then because now look at the attention of what's happening. The Wolverine, how did the Wolverine? Okay, so the Wolverine starts brawling the tank, right? Boom, 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 right? So he jumps over, and now he's in the back line, fucking up the back line. Look at that. He's fucking up the back line, right? So now this is where we could have pushed forward to help him out, which is what I said, because now the Magneto's like, oh crap, my backline is getting attacked and I'm the only one up. So he has no choice but to either keep me from joining or having to retreat. Okay? And so, but he does the first option, which he leaves the backline there, so which is why the Hawkeye died. Okay, but at the same time, because of Wolverine didn't have his passive, he died to Hela. Okay, so now we have Blake in the backline doing his thing, and now I'm pushing because look, the reason why I pushed right here is because he invaded the backline. They have no protection. They're focused on me, so they don't really care about Blake, okay, which is a bad thing that they're doing, okay? And so now Blake gets 3 kills because of it. Boom. Because of me pushing and keeping the fire on me and stuff, that's why Blake was able to get that many. We're still keeping it, right? We have both support ults and stuff. We're not forcing things, stuff like that. So keep in position, good positioning, both you and you Phoenix and you, because y'all are staying behind. Okay, this is where at this point y'all can kind of step up and gain vision and make them poke you, because if we're kind of just staying back, we have no vision of where they're coming from. So Blake kind of backed off from having vision, but Jay, you had vision here. You could have, you can bait them out to do something stuff, because the only person that can attack you from is, well, now Hella Magic with her sword slap. So I step up and gain vision. Okay, so they're splitting up again. Right? So I need heals from trying to gain vision. That's how we also build support ults as well. So now you put the healing orb on me. This is where I tell you, Jay, to ult, okay? But it's fine right here, okay? Even though we used both support ults, it's fine. This is where we don't want to do next time, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, until you, Phoenix, and you, Jay, develop the game to which one of y'all should ult first, I will be directing both of you. Well, I'd be directing one of you to ult, right? To avoid double stacking like this. Because either one of y'all's ults would have worked, okay? And the reason why is because Phoenix, with you ulting right there, we have a place to fight. If we backed up out of that circle, we would have we will be attacking on Coco and stuff, right? So, but the reason why I tell Jay to ult first is because his ult lasts long. Phoenix, your ult lasts for 6 seconds, okay? Right? So, we're fighting on the Cloco with Sue ult and Cloak and Dagger, right? Which is not a bad thing because their hell is not doing anything, right? So, Spider-Man gets a kill on the backline because their backline is not fighting on it, okay? Which is what they should be doing, okay? This is where everybody should push up. So everybody's fighting, everybody's brawling, stuff like that, right? This is where Spider-Man does a really good job, right? And so I ult with him because he ulted, right? That's how kind of we also stack ults as well. Because if we're pushing the offensive, right, we have to have game sense. Hey, they're not pushing, right? Because of the area of where their Cloco is. So look, if they were right over here, they would have gained healing. But since they're over here, we can push them, right? So the only person that is technically fighting is Magneto. And so which is why Blake turns his vision to Magneto, which is a very good call, okay? And I'm over here ulting with Spider-Man and killing everybody else, right? So now, guess what? The Cloak Gold is ended. He's just brawling and just dead. Look how many people are literally. You, Jay, you, Phoenix, the Wolverine, now me, and now, yeah, that's a done deal. Okay, that is just a done. Okay, but yeah, like that's a good thing, right? And so that was unfortunately the last fight. Okay, right? So I push up to make them not do anything, stuff like that. Okay. Now this second part is where we had the most trouble. And here's why. Because actually no. Okay, they switched, right? So at this point, we are on high ground. They are down. Okay? I'm shield. Spider-Man is hanging, which is a good thing because he is out of sight. I'm forcing them to keep their line of sight on. So what Spider-Man should have well, he actually is doing correctly. Okay, so all the flankers are going that way, right? And so all the healers are right there. Is a good thing. This is a this is kind of like I would call pro positioning because I'm down here, y'all are on high ground. They would have to, in order for them to aim at you, they would have to like walk up and look up. So y'all dive collectively together, but the reason why I said Namor is the counter to dive, because look at what just happened. The Spider-Man dived in and immediately died. Blake, you're forced to go awakening mode because of what the composition is. Because with Luna Snow and Namor, with Luna Snow and Namor, with Luna Snow and Namor, sorry, with Luna Snow and Namor, you're forced to go projectile mode to get rid of with, okay? Because you can't dive with that, with those squids, because number one, they'll slow you down, and number two, if all he has to do is throw, I think his ability where it increases the attack speed of him, and you'll be taking a lot of damage because you don't have a shield, you're just a big body. So Spider-Man is dead, and he didn't target. Wolverine is on the back line, but they immediately target him, which is why this becomes a bad thing, because Wolverine's only thing to do is tank bust. Okay, he should have been targeting the Magneto instead of going backline. Backline job is you, Blake, and Spider-Man. Okay, the only way he can dive backline is if he had his passive and his ultimate. Okay, now you got to kill on the support, but our Wolverine is just taking damage, and he's unfortunately dead because his passive popped. Okay, so now we're at kind of a disadvantage because now our DPS is down and their only character down is, so we kind of lost our damage. So this is where, Blake, you should have just kept the, well, you kind of missed there, but this is where you should have focused on, kept positioning tank, because they only have one, which is why the Wolverine should have just targeted that tank. Okay, because if he kidnapped Magneto, that would have been a done deal, and he would have had to force himself to bubble. Right? So I'm taking damage. My shield is broken, dead. That was kind of a late bubble, by the way. When I drop that low and I say my shield is out, I need instant heal. Okay. So you still misplace him, which is still a good thing. But now you have a Namor targeting the backline with the squids, because the squids don't even have to aim it. You're just in the vision, they'll attack you. So now, because of how the Magneto is just targeting, he just said kind of get you and shit, and he's just targeting the backline stuff. You die, and they get the kill, right? They won that fight because we lost our DPS, right? So now, by technicality, Spider-Man should switch, because Namor can't do, and look at that. All he did, listen, all he literally did was spawn in. Look at this. Spider-Man spawned in and immediately started taking, and guess what? All he's doing is being in the air. He's still doing his job. And look at what happened. He gets shotgunned, targets the Luna, but look at what's happening. Squid is still targeting him. Guess what? The squid is still targeting him. So he tries to get away and dies. that's not a good way to go onto that. He should have waited till everybody came back and then go win it, right? So now we don't have. Okay. Oh, excuse me. We're just really tired. Okay, but which is what we do, right? We reset. We okay. This is where we kind of should have went projectile, or the DPS wise. They should have went projectile character, because the squids need to get rid of. Okay. So they have a turret up. I'm up here with Phoenix. So Phoenix is back off. Now I'm frontline. Spider-Man, exact same thing. Wolverine doing the exact same thing. And Blake, you're doing the exact same thing. Okay. So now, Blake, you try and go behind, but this is where everybody sees you, right? Because all he had to do was show his face, because he's walking back. He sees you. So now you take a lot of fucking damage and you die because of it. That's why I said, let us draw the fire first before you flank. Okay, because if there is a distraction like Spider-Man, you can then flank and stuff, because their LOS has to be down here. All the Punisher did was just change his LOS just by walking back, and then the Wolverine just kind of dives in, nabs the hell up, but he died to the gun because he has no passive. Look, he just got shotgunned, right? Now we're down a tank and a DP, and Spider-Man's doing all he can, but guess what? The squids are just doing that. Like, actually, I'm kind of. Battlefield ready. That shouldn't have killed him. But either way, yeah, that is how the Punisher was getting killed and stuff, because they're playing huddled up. That is what I mean by playing anti-dive, because they're huddling up. The Namor has his squids out. And then I'm trying to shield Phoenix, but at this, that Magneto is just pushing. We did the same thing again in the last match, which is double stack stuff. And now look, all the Luna has to do is just hold her ult, right? I tried to shield, but die Phoenix. Oh, now, well, they kind of wasted too, because the cloak ult is still there. So what happened here was I started backing out because we can't fight, and Jay, that was kind of like, yeah. So right here, this is where, like, hey, I'm moving back, stay behind me, you should move back and stuff, because if you try and, like, if the tanks, okay, in general, if the tanks start moving back, everybody needs, okay, because you can keep up the healing that way and you won't get targeted also. So I'm doing all that I can to shield. Okay, that's so the Hela forces something, but not okay. Spider-Man still trying to go in. So he can't really do anything except go on to get a super. Excuse me. You got a kill on the Punisher. You got stunned by Hela. That's a good E, but you back out of it. Okay. That's what you don't want to do, Blake. You don't want to back out of Dagger's Orb of Life, because that gives her healing, right? That was... Where did the wolf... He shouldn't have did that. And it just kind of wasted, because he could have... You know who he could have killed? He could have killed this entire backline right there if all he did was just aim towards the backline. So, Blake, if you're interested in playing Wolverine, that was a bad way to use the ult, okay? You don't do that. You use his ult to target the tank. Once you're at 100, you go and dive in. And I'm gonna rewind and switch to his position. So,
Glory is almost yours.
right here, right? He has ult, right? Also, your dash is on the 3-second cooldown, so you can use it, right? So, look, bad idea. Because you don't want to waste the ult on 5% primal rate. That's a waste of an ult. He didn't hit anybody with it. If he was going to do that, he should have dived, ulted, then kept diving that way. Okay? Because that is how Wolverine dies in general. But since they're only running one tank and stuff, he should have, like I said, he had really two options, okay? Which is to target the Magneto, get up to 100, then dive, or he did the other option, which was immediately dived, then did that. Because that way, it would still create pressure back here, because guess who's back here still? The Namor, right? He still kills the Namor regardless, but that was just kind of like a wasted ult and stuff, right? So we win that team fight, okay, because of the Punisher being dead, right? So, right here, this is a good setup spot, because number one, the Spider-Man is right there. Number two, Wolverine is right. Y'all should have stayed kinda on the... You and Phoenix, UJ and you Phoenix stayed on back here little area, because that way if they came down here, they would have to really like show their face to target. Because let's say if somebody was walking boom 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 boom, right? If you're all the way back where the stairs are, they can't really see you, they only see me, okay? If they come down this way, okay, if they came down this way, they could see you on the stairs. They see me on the stairs and they see you on the stairs. They came up here, which is why I told y'all to back up. They can see y'all right there and target y'all, and then I would have to quickly move my position up. So Jay gets on high ground. I'm protecting Phoenix, right? So they're coming on this side, right? So this is where shit happens, okay? Jay, all you needed to do was kind of stay... Okay, so she ulted. I didn't know where the hell she was, to be honest. Which is bad on my part, because Strange has the ability to go up and shield everybody, right? So we're attacking. Jay, all you needed to do right here was just stay behind this wall, okay? Phoenix, on the other hand, you would have had to find cover immediately, because you're crucial and she's targeting you. Look, she kills you, right? Because, okay, so one thing is that I want to say is that Hela's ultimate has a built-in wall hack. So she can see people hiding behind cover, stuff like that, right? So in this scenario, I really needed to know where she was, because I'm the only really protection against. So right here, I kind of protect you, but because we took so long to find her and stuff, I ran out. And then that's just kind of AoE. So our bow supports are okay. Now we lost the DPS, now it's just tanks. He dies. I die. Okay. So the thing we do about Hella ult is we all attack it at once while I am shielded. Okay, so if I play Doctor Strange and they have a Hella and they ult, if we do not have a support ult, I am the other defense against that. Because if she was right, if she ulted right here, somebody should have said that, hey, she's right here, because I can't see that. I'm focused, my line of sight is right here. The support had more line of sight than I did. Okay, because Jay, you were positioned right here, and Phoenix, you were positioned right here, right? So they claimed the point and they got it, right? So at this point, they win off of that. They win, right? So let's fast forward to the second. Right? There. I portal us all the way. Pentagram. This is another thing I've seen, stuff like that in the North American Invitational, because Pro Teams Nightmare and Mutants did this same play. They teleported, excuse me, they teleported on high ground. So now I immediately tell Phoenix to back the hell up, because he's already taking fire. So now our Black Panther tries to go in and stuff. Now this is where I had to go in because I need to draw their fire. So, and then now we have so I can't unfortunately do that because the Magneto is pushing me, right? Now here comes everybody else, right? So what the Black Panthers should have really did was cut around here, okay? And I think, Blake, you should have kind of did the same thing too, because y'all are going to flank. This stairway is your key to flank, not this window, because they're technically still huddled up right here and still blasting, okay? So luckily you get back, right? And I'm trying to at least touch that orb, but I couldn't. And Blake, you did the same thing again. But keep in mind, when we play on this map and we do kind of like that same setup, if you're going to flank Blake, go around the staircase, okay? But either way though, if he positioned the squids like right there and stuff, well actually no, you actually could have, I think both you and the Panther could have, because squids would not have attacked you both, but at the same time still dead, because y'all would have got it. Okay, so I think I said come back, touch the Panther. Okay, I'm already on. Okay. Okay. So the Punisher's on high ground, their Magneto's on high ground, their name. So I tell Jay to ult, right? So now we're living. We're living. We're fighting on the Coco. What happens is that, hold on. Okay. How did you use? Okay, I see how you did it. Hold on. Okay. Where did you ult? Okay, when I told you to use it, you went that way, across, backwards, and across again. What you should have did was, when you went this way, and backwards, you should have went forwards again. Because that way, if we had to push back, we could have been double stacked or double protected. Right? So now we're fighting on this ult, right? And so you're technically out of position because you're not. Yeah, you come back though, but look at what starts happening. Your your cloak ult starts fading. Let me make sure. We switch your position. Okay. Damn. I think that shotgun is. Yeah, cause look how it registered. Your cloak ult starts dying, and you died because of being on the enemy's cloak ult. Okay. So that's why I say double stack it, because, well, yeah, because it will fade away a lot slower, and you would have avoided dying, right? Okay. So now I tell Phoenix to use his ult, but he died, so kinda dying. Therefore it's the ult. Okay. So dies. Yeah, they just die. Yeah, they just die. Okay. Yawn again. Okay. So always keep in mind to, well, even before the patch comes out on the, always double stack your ult. But as soon as the patch comes out, what you're gonna have to do is you're going to have to use cloak's ult as more so like, okay, so the way you did that, you're gonna have to do that now, because with cloak's ult removing the stacking phase of it, where you can just go back and forth and it'll stack like that, it will count as one lane. So basically that one lane will just disappear altogether. So it doesn't matter if you stack it or not, it's just gonna go away, period. So what you're gonna have to do is, like how you kind of made that triangle and stuff, you're gonna have to do that when 21st comes. Okay. But that right there, you went forward, you went across, and you went back. You should have went forward with it. Okay, but it's a common mistake again. So I tell Phoenix to back up. I'm gonna start poking and see where everybody else is. Right? So everybody is on low ground except for the Phoenix. You become mispositioned only just for, but you instantly go back down. Okay, good. Okay, and I hop down with you to protect you. Okay, so now we all hop down. Right, Blake, you died because of the. It's as simple as that. Those squids will literally start auto targeting, and like I said, because he used that his ability on you, since you are a big body, the attack speed went up and just. Okay. So if we fight against a name where still playing Thor, let us destroy the squids first, then you, because that is crucial. Okay? Because now look at how the squid just immediately just started targeting the Black Panther. That's broken. Okay. So we're pushing and stuff. I think I told Phoenix right here because we need to. And so I ult to push and stuff. Okay? And so we do get a kill on. Both of the supports. So that's good, right? So we technically won that fight. Okay, which is a good idea. Right? But now look at what's happening to me. Because he put that squid on up there and nobody is hitting at it, I'm taking brute force damage. I could have killed him, but I'm forced to put up my shield, right? And you were lucky, right? Really. Okay. You were so lucky, Jay. But anyways, But what I was saying, yeah, I was taking a lot of damage. So we quickly claimed the point again, stuff like that. So Blake, I told you don't engage, just kind of like hide around right there. Yeah, like right there. Okay. So now they're fighting, right? Their cloak drops down, and so they're all huddled up right here. Okay. This is where I kind of said like, hey, everybody just kind of, and he's dead, by the way. Now they push, and so there, and look, this is why I said that Punisher needs to get protected, because look, I'm trying to kill him, I can't kill him, and look, they just kind of like play those. Yeah, they. Oh crap! Yeah, you died again. Yeah, you died again. Yeah, that's why I said like, hey, Punisher needs to get protected, stuff, and because me and what do you call that, Mr. Fantastic, were trying to get rid of him, but he was getting pocketed.
You've captured more than half of the mission area.
So
keep going.
They're gaining points, stuff like that. Blah, say blah. Right. So then, oh crap, they start pushing hard, right? So Mr. Fantastic deflecting all the bullets, doing I'm pushing, whatnot. Blake should have kind of went. Okay, Blake, you should have went on the and stuff. Okay. So we're coming back. They're hopping down. That's good of Jay being on high ground to avoid being hit at. Alright, so we're up front and stuff. Okay. So Phoenix, where you should have been at was kind of like back here and stuff. Because that way, with that, oh yeah, I did tell Jay to ult right here. Which is a good thing that he stayed on high ground, because they really couldn't hit him, because he is hard to hit up here. They would basically have to be on high ground to even target him, or pushing us hard for them to target him as well. But Phoenix, you should have kind of played like more so like over here instead of being right next to Thor as a whole. Okay, because when I told Jay to ult, we can immediately go on to it, okay? Because see, look, now you're getting healed, right? They're forced to ult, okay? So I'm shielding you guys from him and stuff, right? And so now we're fighting on the cloak ult, okay? And unfortunate that happened and stuff, which is why I tell you, Phoenix, to kind of hang back and stuff, because you will get hard targeted stuff. And so I'm trying to defend Jay and stuff, but it's kind of hard. And then damn, yeah, and fucking yep, it's the squid. The squid. It's always gonna be the squid with him, because all he did was just chunk his other ability at you, and it increases that. That's all it does for the squid. And you died because of the squid, while also taking damage from him in frontal. Which is why Namor provides such good frontal damage, because all he has to do is just hit a big body or hit Strange when his shield goes down, and boom, that's it. Right? I get stunned, okay? The hella stunned me and stuff, right? And so my ult is at 50, and I'm dead. Shotgun. Okay. The only people that are, well, yeah. Right. So now we're losing. Okay. Who is it? He hangs back, which is good. He don't push, right? He does kind of push though. And he immediately gains all that back, right? That's why I tell people, do not hit him when he does that thing, because all he does is gain bonus health from being hit. So that was a good play on him to do that, but also a bad play to just try and attack him. Okay. This was kind of just like, this is a bad ult per se, because even though you got rid of the turret, you didn't really force anybody in the area. Yeah, that's all you kind of did with that ult. But we do kill him though. We do kill him because of that turret. Okay. So now, look at what's happening with the name. He instantly put that thing out. He hit you with the harpoon again, which increases his attack speed, and now you're just taking damage from 2 squids. Yeah, you're taking 2 damage. You're taking a slowing effect, and you're taking regular damage. So you really can't fight him in a 1v1 per se, unless you are out of the range of the squad. Okay? But either way, you still kill him, which is good. Okay, and then now we're killing the supports and stuff. We're pushing. You kill their other support, which is good, because you and the Black Panther dive together and stuff like that. And now the Magneto is dead. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, we won. Okay. So I had portaled to instantly get there because I didn't think that we were going to. I didn't think that we had enough time, but I made the call anyway in a panic situation and stuff. And so with me portaling, yeah, with me portaling right here. Yeah, with me portaling right here, it forced the hella off high ground. And I immediately hopped on the battlefield. Okay. Yes, because look at where the hella is now. Oh, really away from it. Okay. And so he just really hard targets you stuff, right? Oh wow, you actually hit her. And guess what? She is forced to back away and find something to kill her, right? And so we're just annihilating stuff, right? Yeah, we're just annihilating. Now the hella is dead. Okay? That is how we won that fight. Okay? So, the biggest takeaways that I will say is that when we have Namor, we have to be very careful on how we pick fights around Namor, because since you're a big body, Blake, you will be taking most of the brunt force of the damage, okay? Because you have no shield unlike I do, okay? And stuff. So, which is why Namor into like Root and stuff like that is so good, because they don't have a way to defend unless they put a wall. Okay, so we won that fight luckily, and the reason, so stat wise, we won most of those fights because we killed the supports. Because compared to Jay and Phoenix having 6 and 7 deaths, they both have 8. Okay, DPS are gonna die most of the time. Okay, it really only depends on the support, how that game goes. Okay, so yeah, this is part 1. I will upload it. Good deal, squad.